Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I have a hot take incoming. The best piece of Dungeons and Dragons media that I think best represents the feeling of Dungeons and Dragons is not Baldur's Gate 3. No. Baldur's Gate 3 is the second best.
What? No, alright. I know that sounds bad.
It is literally Dungeons and Dragons as a game, but the topics that it covers are so lore intensive that I actually wouldn't recommend it for a first time player. For someone who is interested in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, I would say Baldur's Gate 3 is what you do after what I'm about to recommend right now. Because I'm about to say that I think at D&D, Honor Among Thieves is one of the best representations of a D&D party. It is one of the best representations of the game in its core principles. It is the best way to get somebody who is not interested in Dungeons and Dragons interested into the game rather than just playing it in front of them. And it has one of the funniest and best characters I have ever seen. A character so good that Gojo stands no chance. A character so good that if you were on a street, he would actually beat Deku in a battle. A character so good that if he had to come down to it, he would save the soul of the Dark Lord Vecna. I'm about to talk about why I think the D&D Honor Amongst Thieves, the D&D movie, is incredibly underrated and underappreciated. That it is probably the best piece of D&D media to ingest as a new player. With that in mind, let me glaze this movie for as long as this video lasts. First, let's talk about the plot. A group of thieves led by is his name Edgin? Edgin! Led by a man named Edgin, an ex-harper, now thief after his wife was killed by one of the Red Wizards of Thay, is now in prison. He breaks out trying to find his daughter when he finds that she is under protection of one of his old mates. Forge Fitzwilliam is revealed to actually have been a traitor and has led Edgin and Olga, his bestie, into prison in the first place and is working with a Red Wizard of Thay for a dubious plot of stealing money from the people, but also so that the Red Wizards of Thay can rise into power, so that Sastam, the Dark Lord himself, could just show up and just chill. Very simple plot. But the way that this movie goes about the plot, the way that it introduces characters and techniques, it's Guardians of the Galaxy in a fantasy stage. It's introducing silly characters in interesting circumstances, some that have met each other, some that are connected in small ways, that all lead into a party dysfunctional, stupid, and ingenious in their tactics of victory. At the end of this tunnel, of this journey of trying to find a way to stop Forge, trying to find a way to stop the Red Wizards, and ending off with a massive heist that take all of Forge's money, take his daughter back, Edgin and co. discover that D&D is the friends we made along the way. No, that's not true. But what this movie really does is it gives you that core. It gives you the experience as a new player, what a beautiful D&D party, what a good adventure will feel like. It has dragons, monsters, undead, and it's directly connected to D&D lore, right? And what D&D party is incomplete without the most beautiful DM NPC ever made? My beloved Zenk, killer of Gojo, saver of the innocent. Yes, I have the art book. I love this movie so much that I bought the art book. But this man, my beloved, is one of the best examples of how you actually do a DM NPC. This is something that I'm actually very passionate about. I'm a big DM NPC enjoyer if it's done right, and this is how you do it right. Zenk outscales the party by 1,000%. He has really important knowledge about the helm of, I think, disjunction that they need to recover in the film. It's the magic MacGuffin item. And he not only knows where it is, it's in the Underdark, very dangerous. And this fellow is easily one of the strongest paladins. He has a flaming sword. He's able to fight undead assassins from Thay. He's kind of a boss. But when the party actually needs to complete their own personal stories, he takes a step back. And as a dungeon master, I was watching this movie and I'm like, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. If the party needs guidance, if they need a little help, never be afraid to include a character like this. A powerful character who can guide them, who can help them when they're fighting a threat that's incredibly large and dangerous, but never have them overshadow the party, because the party is what's important. Zank, beautiful Zank, walks away at the start of the third act and basically tells the party that he entrusts them, that they'll do what's right. And they do. Best example of a DM NPC I've seen. Best way to handle a character like that leaving the party. But also the best way to showcase your players. Have them showcase themselves. I think the entire movie is a masterclass on not only how you run a D&D campaign as a DM, but how you can play to the strengths of a story as a player, right? And I've only been a player a few times as a forever DM, but I genuinely believe that this movie showcases the compromises, the joys, and of course the sorrows that come from playing a character like this. How getting involved with a backstory that you create can lead directly into the plot that a DM can make. And at the end of the day, man, is it well acted? Does it look beautiful? And the score. It's I was surprised, right? I will glaze this movie into oblivion. I will glaze this movie as long as it takes so that more people enjoy it. And mind you, I do know that the movie is beloved. A lot of people know that the movie is peak, but I also know a lot of people who did not want to watch this movie and still to this day do not want to watch this movie. And I'm like, you guys are missing out. Baldur's Gate 3 is phenomenal. For somebody who watches this movie, wants to get into D&D, maybe is starting a campaign with a friend, joining in as a party member, as a first-time player. Yes, play Baldur's Gate because it's a great way to understand how spells work, how to create a character. But watch this movie to understand the core of this game that we play. Now, that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a fun, quick one. It's literally just a glaze fest the entire time. And I'll be back next week for another one. So, that was a hot take. I'm going to be trying to talk about character backstories and how to actually write a character, but that will take a lot of time to actually simmer my thoughts and to create something with. So I just really hope you enjoyed this silly video today. See you guys in the next one. Peace.